Welcome to Practical Talk Time. I'm your host, Usha Kumar. I have here with me as guest Debbie Tosin Kilday. She was here last week talking about her book that she had written, and that's called No Limits: How I Beat the Slots. And this week she's here to tell us a little bit more about how she wrote the book, how she got it published, and she's going to talk a little bit more about the slot machines and how she beat the system. Join me in welcoming Debbie. Debbie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Usha. I'm glad to see you again.
It was so much fun talking to you about your No Limits book and all the beginning parts of your life when you got introduced to the casino and the slot machines. But then I have so many questions for you, and the last show was so short. It flew by so quickly we didn't get to most of the other questions that I wanted to ask you. So will you please let us know some more about the stories at the casinos, the fun stories, the people that you met, and about how you beat the slots?
Well, like I had said before, those first 5 months I made $400,000 playing dollar slots, and I didn't know why I was winning so much. I thought it was just a fluke. But what happened after my friend died of cancer, I was devastated. But at the same time, I had gotten to know other people at the casino, and so I had new friends too. And I think the casino opened me up to a whole different world of people not afraid to live or take chances. And because a lot of people act on the outside world, they act like they're very controlled, they don't want anybody to know their business.
Yeah.
At the casino, there's really no hiding the fact that you're there, and you're playing slot machines, you're gambling. So it's really not important why you're, like what you're doing, or to hide the fact.
So the regulars there are actually very friendly.
Very friendly. In fact, what I found was I met some of my doctors there.
Oh.
Lawyers, even political officials in the state of Connecticut.
So you never know who you'll meet there.
You never know.
Quite accomplished people, right? People who have accomplished things elsewhere in the world still come there.
Well, I want to tell you about a night I was there, and I was playing a slot machine, and I didn't really pay attention. It was like a circle.
Were you in the regular area where normal people?
I was in the regular area, and it was like a big circle of machines, maybe 4 machines.
This is at the Mohegan?
At Mohegan Sun. And so, I wasn't that close to anybody. But I looked over, and I saw this woman to my left, and I was looking at her, and I was saying, she looks familiar. Who is that woman? And then I looked really hard. It was Kathy Griffin, the comedian. And the reason why I didn't recognize her was she had no makeup.
I see.
And
not have the hair done a certain way, right?
Yeah, she didn't have her hair done. And and she was undressed, like not undressed, but she was dressed down, in jeans and a sweatshirt.
Okay.
But the most important thing that I noticed about her was that she had freckles all over. And she has her makeup sprayed on.
And that is why, okay. So if I find someone who with the features that Kathy has and with freckles, and I know it's Kathy.
So I looked over, and she looked at me, and then, she said, I said, "You're Kathy Griffin?" And, she said, "Yeah, who are you?" But I had played kind of like off in a corner, because now that I was winning so much money, a lot of people wanted to play near me. Gamblers are very superstitious, I found. They want to play near me. They wanted to sit in the seat that I sat. They wanted to play the machines that I touched. So anyway,
So they want the luck to rub off on
yeah,
them.
they think it's going to rub off.
Okay.
But so anyway,
Or hop onto them.
we started talking. She was very friendly.
Okay.
We started talking, and I told her I was kind of a celebrity myself, you know, in the casino circles. And she invited me to come to see her. She was performing there.
Okay.
So she told me to come to her show the next night. And so I don't think she really believed what I was telling her. But we went to her show the next night. And after the show, I was playing. She had asked me, "Where do you usually play?" So I had told her my favorite machines and everything. And the next night after her show, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and this time though she was all dressed up. You know, she wasn't trying to hide
because it's
out.
after the show, so she's still in
Well,
that
she
makeup.
wasn't trying to hide out. You know, she was. She wanted everybody to know who she was. She came around the corner saying, "Debbie, you know, hi," you know, and everybody was looking at me like, "You know, Kathy Griffin," you know, that kind of thing. And so she sat next to me and she says, "Oh, Debbie, you know, give me some tips so I can win," you know. And she was like performing. I mean, there was no camera there, but she was performing in front of everybody.
So she was still on that performance mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my friends were looking like, because I had told them how I had met her the night before. They didn't believe it. And now, you know, she knew me by name and everything. So I was playing, and I did. I won $10,000 as she was sitting next to me. And she said, "I thought you were kidding. You really do know how to do this." But so it was funny. You know, she started signing autographs and everything.
Oh my God! Yeah. So
And, you know, it was a
yeah,
good time.
sometimes you think that celebrity, they are also people.
Everybody's
and then so
just
they
regular
want to
people.
connect with another person.
They do.
And in your case, I think the moment she found out that you have some skill, that she could get some tips from you. So why not?
Everybody
be
wants
friends?
to sit
Why
next
not
to
be
me?
friends with someone who can help?
But you know, that was just one night. I've had many nights that way. But going back to those first 5 months when I didn't know I was winning, I ended up after that, after my friend died, I went to Las Vegas because I was getting offers from all the major casinos across the country.
So how do they get to know?
I always
So
say they tell you that they will never sell your information. That's because they give it.
Give it
oh,
to
they
others
give it away
somehow. Yeah.
So they all knew who I was, you know, and so I went to Las Vegas for the first time, and it was there that I realized why I was winning so much. I was playing a dollar slot machine in Las Vegas. It was different from any machine I had seen here in Connecticut. It was about 8 feet tall, but it was an ancient machine, those big giant machines that they usually have in Las Vegas, if anybody's been there. They have them in front of the door, they used to, you know, right when you walk in. And nobody wanted to play that machine because it was so slow playing.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I was watching. They had like a window inside, and you could see the gears. That's how old it was, you know, gears turning. And as the gears turned, every time I played the machine, little numbers would go into slots on the bottom. And the numbers
Where
did
do
not.
they show up on a screen or something?
No, it was like a little.
You have to look inside.
Yeah, it was like a little window inside
I
this
see.
machine.
Okay.
And so I was, for fun, like watching that, like amusement.
So each time you put a coin in, that something turns there.
Yeah.
And
And
is
little
that just a
numbers.
single number that comes up, or it's like a
No,
whole?
it's like
a row of numbers?
6 different numbers came up across.
Okay.
Didn't make any sense. It was
Yeah.
2, 1, 8,
Okay,
all
it was
these
just
different
some,
numbers.
Okay, random numbers.
But as I watched that and as I played, I won $10,000 on that machine too. And just as I won, it was like a light bulb went off in my head.
So what did you notice there?
I noticed that as I was playing that machine, I was seeing a pattern on the face of the machine as I played what was coming out on the that you would see on the face of the machine. There was a pattern that repeated over and over again. And what they tell you in most of these books that come out, they tell you that it's all chance. You know, it's a random thing. It's not. It's a pre-programmed chip in each machine, even today. And that program runs. This part I can't tell you how I figured it out, but I figured out there's only 4 programs that run all these different machines in all the casinos.
Oh.
And they play very similar. So, you know, you might think that you're going to win, but it could be one of the programs that doesn't win that often.
Yeah.
So it's deceiving.
So how do you find out when you sit down and keep putting coin after coin? At what point do you say, hey, I'm going to walk away from this? Or, oh, I put in so much already, I need to play some more to get back what I got, put in?
Well, usually there are certain things that you look for. And it happens every time. When you're playing any machine, it could be a 10 times machine, it could be a blazing 7. It doesn't make any difference what type of machine it is. But before it wins, people are always looking from the left to the right as the numbers or the letters or whatever symbols come down. The symbol, number, letter, whatever, has to come down on the right-hand side first. The other tip that I tell everybody, you have to play...
What do you mean it has to come on the right side?
On the right-hand side, you know, like as they come down.
Yeah.
When it's ready to win, instead of coming from left to right, it actually, the number, whatever it is, comes down on the right-hand side first.
Oh.
But people are so excited, they don't notice that. I'm very observant, I guess.
But then it only comes when you're winning. At that point, you're anyway winning. But when do you know beforehand that that is going to come down? When do you know that the right 10 number is going to come down?
All machines are winning machines. That's really what it is. But there's a pattern of what happens. There's like 6 things that happen before you actually win.
Okay.
So when you're playing and you start seeing these certain things, you know that's a good machine. And it happens right away.
How many times do you have to play before you get the win?
Well, that part I can't.
You don't know. But then when it starts to win and starts to give,
yes,
it gives in a short period of time?
It's about 20 minutes.
Oh,
it goes back to that time when I first started playing, and I was wondering why I was winning every 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
So it takes a person to stay with it for that time.
Yeah, at least 20 minutes. But see, for instance, in a progressive slot machine like a blazing 7, you usually win when the progressive amount is around $1,200. You know, so I mean, of course, sometimes it happens sooner or later, but most of the time, the average is $1,200, around $1,200. So while you're playing that machine,
so if you already got the 1,200 there, should we get up and move to another machine?
Some machines continuously win. It depends on what program is running them. There's a lot of different factors. I talk about it in the book.
Oh, okay.
You have to play the maximum amount of coin in. If you don't, the machine lays dormant inside.
I see.
You'll never be winning that big amount.
Oh, I see.
That's how you win big amounts. And yes, I do. When I pick a machine to